Jinwoo's eyes narrowed. Slowly, he faced him again. The shadow raised his head slightly, and his voice came again, halting, rough, but clear. "Please, permit me a name." Jinwoo blinked, his mind raced. "How can you talk?" "I just can." His voice was strained, broken, but undeniably real. Jinwoo's thoughts spun. Why could this one speak when none of the others ever could? Iron, once a proud human hunter, was silent. Byunggu had been mute. Even Fang, who had once spoken with a beast's cunning intelligence, had gone silent after rebirth. So why this one? Then realization hit him. The difference wasn't in who they were, it was what they were. Their rank. All the others had been knights or elites. But this one, this shadow, carried a rank Jinwoo had never seen before. General. Maybe, when a shadow ascends high enough, they regain their voice. A theory, but one that made Jinwoo's pulse quicken. Maybe, one day, all of them will speak again. He exhaled softly and looked down at the shadow kneeling before him. There was something else he needed to know. "I was the one who killed you," he said quietly. The shadow didn't answer immediately. "So why do you follow me so easily?" The creature lifted his head, eyes burning with faint blue light. He began slowly, "did not die." Jinwoo's brows furrowed. "I was reborn by my master's power." The voice grew steadier, clearer with every word. "Within my body now, there is overflowing joy. I will follow only my master for eternity." Jinwoo's chest tightened. His heartbeat quickened, not from fear, but from the overwhelming weight of the moment. He could feel the sincerity in the shadow's words. It wasn't submission, it was devotion. He pressed a hand to his chest, forcing his heartbeat to slow. The shadow bowed even lower. "My king, please permit me a name." There it was again, the same humble plea. For the first time, Jinwoo was being asked, not by the system, but by one of his own soldiers. A name. He couldn't just call him ant or bug. That wouldn't do justice to the being kneeling before him. He thought for a moment, then smiled. "Baru," he said finally. The shadow lifted his head slightly. "Your name is Baru." The name came from an old science fiction story about an empire of ants. Fitting, he thought. Perfect. "Thank you, master." Baru bowed once more, his massive frame lowering until his head nearly touched the ground. Above him, glowing faintly in the air, the system text changed. "Biru, Level 1. General rank." Jinwoo looked at his new soldier, his very first general. A calm, quiet satisfaction spread through him. He regarded the new name with pride, then turned, his eyes settling on the next target. It was time for the queen. Jinwoo turned his gaze toward the massive corpse, his confidence surging after Baru's successful summon. The thrill of victory still lingered in the air. He took a steady breath, raised his hand, and spoke with quiet command. "Arise." The ground trembled. A low hum built into a thunderous screech. From the queen's lifeless shell, a towering shadow emerged, its form identical to the monstrous ruler that had once led the ants. The echo of its cry shook the cavern walls. Jinwoo smiled faintly. Nice. But the moment of triumph was short-lived. His expression shifted as he sensed something off. The connection between him and his shadow ant soldiers began to blur, like a line of smoke fading in fog. The link that tied them together had weakened. Bear. Before he could finish, Beru appeared beside him with silent precision. Even with Jinwoo's heightened perception, the general's speed was nearly impossible to track. For such a creature to now stand at his side, completely loyal, it made Jinwoo's confidence soar even higher. "Do you know what's happening here?" he asked, gesturing toward the Shadow Queen. Aru stood tall, his voice deep and certain. "Ruling the army of ants is the Queen's unique ability." Ah, Jinwoo realized instantly. So the control of the entire ant army had transferred to her the moment she was reborn. That was inconvenient. Even if the Queen served under him, he wouldn't be able to command the soldiers directly anymore. Jinwoo rubbed his chin deep in thought. "And why did her magic power decrease?" Beru answered without hesitation. "Most of the Queen's magic power is for breeding. Breeding cannot occur without a physical body, so..." Jinwoo cut him off, finishing the thought. "That's why her magic power is half of what it used to be." "That is correct, Master." Piece by piece, the situation became clear. The Queen was powerful but not useful to him. She would only occupy precious space within his ranks. With a quiet sigh, Jinwoo made his decision. Then there's no reason to keep her. The Shadow Queen let out one final cry before dissolving into a swirl of black smoke that vanished into the air. A system message appeared before his eyes. "Number of shadows stored 570, 570. He had already reached his limit. If you enjoyed this story, leave a comment saying Season 3. Your support will inspire me to create the narration for the next season.